Hi, Beth. How was your day today? Just wait for a few more minutes. That's it. It'll be just me and you. Yes, better day today. Thank you. Sort of did all my sales at the end of the day rather than in the morning today. That was cool. Looks like it's just me and thee. Have you practiced your breathing exercises that you did yesterday? Okay, try and do them every day if you can, because it will really like sort of help to get you, especially if like sort of you start at the beginning of the day, it will really sort of help you to be relaxed for your start of the day. And then obviously if you've had a stressful day, doing your breathing exercises before you go to bed can help you actually sort of relax down and like sort of take your focus off of the stresses that you've been through and allow you to have a bit more of a restful sleep. So each of what we're going to do tonight as well can come into that effect as well. So if you, the more you practice these strategies that you're going to be learning and try and implement them into your everyday life, it will actually help to reduce your stress that you're feeling. I think we've got a visitor coming down the stairs in a minute. So hopefully, anyway, we're going to get going in a minute. I don't think, right. So, because obviously people can watch this later. So, what the tonight's session is about body awareness. So, having the ability to recognize how our body reacts to stresses in our lives can be a really useful tool. So, most people today, they're more aware of the weather and the time of the day or even their bank balances more than they are aware of the tension in their own bodies or even our body's own responses to stress. So, did you know that your body registers stress long before your conscious mind does? So, tension in our muscles is our body's way of telling us that we are stressed. So, by being aware of your body, is the first step towards acknowledging and reducing the stress that we feel every day. Your body will tense when you experience any form of stress, whether that stress is, but when that stress is removed, the tension will then go away. So different types of stress will, hi Samara, different types of stress will tense different muscle groups within the body. So someone who believes that to express anger is wrong will more than likely have chronic neck pain or neck ache, while someone who's experienced anxiety about the future, they may very well develop stomach problems, which then can restrict the digestive system, and it also limits their self-expression. And when this happens, it will then decrease their own energy levels within their own body. So every contracted muscle will block a movement in your body in one way or another. But it's also really important to learn the differences between your external and your internal awarenesses so that you can separate the world from your physical reactions. External awareness, by that we mean anything that includes all stimulation that we pick up with our five senses. So things that we hear, things that we see, touch, taste, and smell even. So that's our external awarenesses. What we mean by our internal awareness, it refers to any physical sensations, any feeling, emotional discomfort, or even comfort that you feel within inside your body. So much of the tension within the body isn't really felt because most of our awareness these days is directed to the outside world and what's going on around us. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do a little exercise to help you learn to recognize your external and your internal awarenesses, okay? So if you can just sit comfortably, but for this one, I want you to keep your eyes open, okay? And just taking a few deep breaths like we learned yesterday. So you're breathing in through your nose and you're filling out right down into your abdomen, so you're belly breathing. Nice deep breath in and out, just to allow your body to relax, okay? And first, you're going to focus your awareness on the outside world, okay? So I want you to start saying, either in your mind or out loud, I am aware of. So for me, I am aware of the fountain in the garden. I am aware of the plaques on the wall. I am aware of the light shining on the door. So become aware of your outside world. And remember to start with the words, I am aware of. Now I want you to shift your focus to your body and any physical sensations that you may be feeling. So this is known as your internal world. So for example, I am aware of my neck feeling tight. I am aware of pins and needles in my foot. I am aware of feeling warm. Just let you do that for a moment or two. Now I want you to start shifting your attention back and forth from your external world to your internal world. So I am aware of the fountain in the garden and the pins and needles in my foot. Or I'm aware of my numb bottom and the light from the lamp. So you're doing one external and one internal. Okay, just write a comment on the side. How did you find that? Did you find that easy or did you find that quite hard? And as I said earlier, it's quite often that sort of we are unaware of what we're feeling inside until we've actually got a physical pain. We're unaware of our shoulders getting tight or we're beginning to get a bit of a headache until actually it's thumping, because we are more focused on whether we're driving the car or whether we're thinking about what we're cooking for dinner. Your head. What do you mean by your head, Samara? Oh, hard. You found it hard. Sorry. Which part did you find? Did you find it easier doing the external or the internal? You found it hard too. Okay, so maybe you need to practice a little bit more. Which part was easier for you? Internal, yeah, and that's quite common, especially like I was just saying, because we focus so much on what's going on around us, we don't actually recognize the feelings that we've got inside. So we don't recognize when, like I said, we're feeling a stress until actually you either have those physical symptoms of feeling sick with nausea because you're so stressed, or you've got a headache, a tension headache, or you've got a stiff neck. We're more actually focused on our everyday life and what's going on. So this is why it's quite important to practice this, because the more you practice it, the easier it will become. So that when before it gets to the point of where you've got a physical pain, if you just dip in and out every so often, just take a few seconds just to be body aware, to see whether there's any discomfort within your body so that you can recognize it, recognize that where that stress is coming from, so that you can then use your breathing techniques to actually release that. And it will help to stop those symptoms becoming a physical pain. Okay, so okay, we're going to do another one, which this time I want you to actually sort of get yourself comfortable, but I want you to close your eyes this time. And firstly, again, I want you to become aware of your breathing. So you're taking in again a few deep breaths and just allow yourself to become a little bit more relaxed. So I want you to be aware of the air as it enters your nose. Feel it going down the back of your nose into your throat and down into your lungs. So you're following the journey of the air. Again, focus on your body. And you might find it easier this time with your eyes shut. Focus on your body and allow all the parts to come into your awareness spontaneously. Notice which parts of your body comes into awareness first. Become aware of which parts of your body you can feel easily and which parts have little sensation. Is there a difference between the right-hand side and the left-hand side of your body? Does one side feel warmer than the other? Or does one side feel heavier than the other? Now become aware of any physical discomfort you may be feeling. Sit with that feeling or that discomfort until you can start to describe what it feels like. Focus and be aware of what happens to this discomfort. It may change. Now allow this discomfort or residue of the discomfort to be released with every breath you exhale. So breathe that residue and discomfort out. Now go back to your body awareness and see if there are any other discomforts that come up. And continue to let go and allow your body to come back to its natural state of being. Be aware of the discomfort. See if it changes. And then breathe it out. I'll leave you for a few minutes to carry on doing this. Okay, now slowly bring yourselves back and open your eyes. So how did that go? Did you find that easier than before with your eyes shut than with your eyes open? Comment on the box beside. So like I said before, when by practicing this exercise, it will become easier, much easier. Yeah, quite often when we're closing our eyes, we're actually like sort of becoming more aware. There's less distraction for us when we've got our eyes closed, so that you can focus on more of what's going on with internally with you. So did you have any discomforts? Did you feel any discomforts with inside? And by actually sort of learning to do this technique, once you'll be able to become more aware of when your muscles are tensing up because of stress going on, and you'll be able to then deal with it before that stress and that tension actually becomes a physical pain. And like I said earlier on, we only notice that when it actually has become a physical pain. And the idea of this exercise is to actually like sort of to lessen that, to help you stop it from getting that far, to become physical. So did you have any discomforts that you felt and you were able to let go? Only your ankle pain. Did you feel when you focused on that ankle pain, Beth, did you feel it change at all when you were using your breath? So these two exercises, yeah, you did. That's good. So part of your ankle pain, is there, on a spiritual side, is there any fear within you from walking forward, where this pain could be manifesting? Because when we look at the legs, the feet in that, for me, on a energy level, there is sometimes a fear of moving forward in our life. So I know that you've just changed jobs. So could there have been a fear of stepping into this new role that made you anxious? So when you next feeling stressed at work, if you can, just be a body aware, when you're feeling stressed with like the workload that you have, or your new role as a supervisor. When stresses come up, and you just take a second just to be aware in your body, just take notice in your body if you're feeling any tension, whether it be in your shoulders, in your neck, even in your jaw, if you're stopping yourself from having to, if you've got difficult customers as such, just take a few seconds just to notice, and just taking that deep breath, and allow yourself to breathe out and breathe that tension away, so that doesn't eventually become a physical pain. So thank you very much for joining me this evening. I'm just going to talk a little bit about our homework, or you could call it homework, for tomorrow. There isn't actually going to be a live chat or a video tomorrow, but I'm going to post up tomorrow's work later on this evening, because it's gonna, so that you've got a little bit of time to get yourselves together and organise yourselves. But it's going to be a creative piece of work that we're going to do. So you're going to get out your pencils and crayons or pens or chalks or paints or whatever you want to, and I want you to create, either download a colouring sheet from the internet, or if you've got children, you can grab a bit of their paper or a picture in their colouring book. I want you to colour something in or draw something. And when you're drawing, just be aware of what you're doing at that moment in time. Try to focus on what you're colouring, the colours that you're using, so that your mind doesn't wander onto other things. If you find that your thoughts are wandering, then just bring yourself back to the task at hand. It's all part of actually sort of another really good way of relaxing, taking your mind off. If you've had a really bad, stressful day, it's putting your mind onto something else, to focus, to concentrate on something else, like we did with the breathing. And it's allowing yourself to release whatever's going on inside you, but it's a good way of actually getting in touch with another side of you, getting in touch with your creative side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post up later and obviously tell everybody else about it. But what I want you to do is, when you've done your picture tomorrow, is to take a photograph of it and post it up in the group. So look forward to seeing all your lovely creations, and I'll see you the next time. Bye for now.